In this video, I'm going to describe to you exactly how to make $100,000 to $250,000 or more selling life insurance remotely from home. Of course, there are no guarantees on what you're going to earn. I'm just going to show you the step-by-step process using my agent income calculator to show you what you need to do regarding leads, commissions, and total work to make this happen. So in short, in order to make $100,000 a year, you're going to at least need to be working 100 leads per week of life insurance leads, fresh and exclusive, have an average commission of 100% and an average conversion ratio of 6%. And if you want to stretch this to the $250,000 or more, the biggest way to make more money is by having a higher commission rate, plus just simply working more leads. And as you can see, as you get up to the 200 a week amount of leads to work, plus a little bit higher average conversion ratio, you can see somewhere in the 150 to 200 leads is what it takes to accomplish this goal. So now that I've told you what you really are going to have to work towards, let's go and break down this a little bit further so you can understand step by step the different variables in order to slowly scale your way up to this point. Because the truth is, you got to learn the business, you got to understand the scripting, the experience of working with the prospects you're selling, and then reinvest your money to gradually get to these levels of income. So first of all, we have on the left here in this calculator the leads per week, the cost per lead, conversion ratio, annualized premium, first year commission, average renewal commission, lapse rate adjustment, weekly tech spend, and then the weeks worked per year. We'll go through each of these individually. So first of all, leads per week is the biggest variable that makes the biggest impact. And generally speaking, if you have big ambitions, not just making a part-time income of $1,000 a week, nothing wrong with that, but big ambitions of 6 figures or more, this is going to be the driving force behind securing a 6-figure income. So my recommendation is at least invest into 100 leads per week. The second variable that's very important is the cost per lead. What you want to be very careful of is spending too low per lead or also too high per lead. Why is that the case? Because first of all, if you spend too low per lead in the life insurance space, you're likely getting a low conversion, low quality lead. And while on the calculator, it looks really good, the reality is that the conversion ratio typically is terrible because the client doesn't realize what they did and they're not really interested in buying life insurance. And then on the flip side, let's say you do get a good quality lead. If the prices are too high, it just digs deeply into your overall profitability. So what we do at the Dig Agency, for example, is provide leads at wholesale cost because we do the lead management for our agents when they buy. So generally speaking, at the recording of this, lead prices are between $15 and $18 a lead, and they're high quality leads. We've been doing it for years. We know what works and what doesn't. Conversion ratio, very important metric. What conversion ratio measures is the amount of sales that you get for the amount of leads purchased. For example, in this example, you have 100 leads and you're converting 7% of them. Well, that's 7 sales, okay? Good agents close at least 5% to 6%, okay? That's the bottom threshold you want to be at with life insurance leads. Really good agents are 7% and beyond, just for full clarity. And so what I want you to be is a really good agent, and that's a top 20% or better. So in this example, we're going to keep it at 7%. But what you don't want to be is at the 4% or lower. As you can see, the difference between 4% and 7% is $100,000 in income. So that means you got to work, you got to put the time in, can't stress that enough. In order to hit these numbers, let me be clear, you have to be doing 40 plus hours a week on the phone, actually talking to people, okay? Count yourself lucky if you can do it less than that, and there are many that can. But especially in your first year, you need to be putting in honest, consistent, high levels of work. Don't expect to be getting rich quick, nor with very little time invested. Average annualized premium is going to depend on the product. In this example, we're just assuming final expense. Historically, over 9,000 policies in the last 2 years of our business. Our average premium is $954, so we're just rounding it down to $950. First year commission, another huge driving force. Guys, if you are in a business model where you're average, and I'm saying average commission, not top end commission, but average commission, because some pays less, some pay more. If it's like 65, 70, 75%, you're just getting crushed, especially if that's the top end. Even if you are in a great agency and their comp sucks like this and you got to pan out the money for this, you're toast. You're never going to make the kind of money you could. And what you want to is at least have an average commission of 85%, where you have top end commissions in 100% range, guaranteed issue a little bit lower than that, but averaging out here. But really importantly, you want to make sure that your ability to scale your commission is there. Like, for example, with the big agency, we have top end commissions at 125% for our best producers. It's not very hard to reach those if you actually work hard and strive towards it. And the average commission weighted does tend to be around 105, 110%, which again, you can see the difference. Your earning power is substantially higher. So make sure you work on getting the highest commissions that you can, in addition to the best systems, et cetera. Also, average renewal commission, although not exactly counted in what we're trying to accomplish, this does make a difference. Now, you probably can see it now. The most important part is the total renewal income here. That grows over time. 5% is about what I would expect at top level commissions. If you're at commissions like what we described here. And this does add up. It's not going to be huge money, but it's going to be nice money and a nice paycheck that you just get because you wrote deals years ago. Additionally, you have a lapse rate adjustment for remote-based sales. My estimation is about 25% of your business is going to fall off, 75% is going to stick. In this example, we keep it extra conservative and only count 75% of your income towards these goals. So actually, lapses don't all happen up front. Some happen over time, and you do in many cases, keep some of that money that you earned and don't have to pay it back. But in this case, we just wipe it off the top, so it makes our estimations even more conservative. Hopefully that makes sense. There is weekly technology spend. If you're going to do this business remotely, whether with Dig Agency or another company, you're going to have to spend some money on a CRM, a dialer, and other components of your business. This is about an average for us. It can be less expensive if you pay up front. But you shouldn't be too disturbed by this number because, frankly, this number is an investment. It's not an expense. You can cheap out on a CRM and especially on a dialer and cut this number in half and be proud of yourself. But your conversion ratios are going to drop. You're not going to sell as many. You're not going to talk to as many people because there are dialers out there that suck at connecting you to the leads. And while you think it's smart to step over a dollar to save a penny, you will fail out of this business. So don't be penny wise, pound foolish. You invest in good quality technology to make yourself be successful. And down here at the bottom, we put, how many weeks you're going to work per week. We could ramp this up, but realistically, you're going to get sick. If you're making this kind of money, please don't work all the time. Go have some fun. Enjoy life while you still have it, especially if you're young. You get old and things don't work like they used to, and you should enjoy them while you still can. So make sure you go work and work, but not all the time. Go have some fun. All right. So realistically, I think this is important to do. So long story short, again, you can see how we arrived at where we did. You have to have a good commission, work your commission up higher, at least work with an agency that shows you how to increase your commissions through effort and results. You got to work with an agency that can provide you good quality leads at a fair price, and you can scale it. Okay. It's the scale in the leads where the magic happens. Okay. And then also, you've got to have good conversion rates. You got to be good at this. You got to have an agency that's going to sell you on or teach you how to sell your clients, and understand that if you don't get that, like just look at how the commissions just collapse if you don't have the ability to close. So you got to have great training. You have to have great leads. You have to have great a volume of leads in a business model that can scale them to that level. And the commission has to be there. You really have to have the whole package, okay? And if you just miss out on one of these, you have great leads, great cost, and you're good at the business, but your commission's terrible, it just makes this business a nightmare. Or you have great commission, great lead cost, and then you can get the leads, but your conversion sucks because you don't know what you're doing. Like, you see what I'm saying? You got to have the whole package, guys. So if you want to make $100,000 or $250,000 or more, it is possible in the life insurance business, even with something as simple as selling final expense life insurance remotely. And if you want to join an agency that has the whole package, well, I can't guarantee you that you're going to make exactly what's on here. I can tell you the package with the Dig Agency is all of this. We have the leads program. We can scale up to 200 plus leads a week. We can get you leads that are priced without a markup in the cost. $15 to $18 a lead is normal for us, typically closer to 15 than 18. We can teach you how to do the things to get a 7% or more conversion rate. And we can teach you how to maximize your annualized premium while giving you a runway to commissions at 125% based off of production. So guys, if this is something you're serious about and you want to really tap into a great business model to sell life insurance remotely, the big agencies where it's at. If you've already joined an agency and you don't like what you've got, don't be a half glass full person who just puts your head down and hopes it's going to work out. I have had so many people contact me saying they would have wished they've started with us earlier had they found out about what we did, because they just were just unfortunately not given the right model and the whole platform of success. So don't be that guy who lost out on opportunity. Come to the Dig Agency. Let us help you out. I put together a free overview guide. You can see how everything works. Simply go to the link below in the description or visit davidduford.com for more details.